Well, hello again. This is Larry, and we just did a few minutes ago. We did about the Pleiadian Federation, and in that we mentioned that there are creational laws or creational recommendations, creational natural recommendations. There's actually 12 of them, and we'll get to them here in just a second. I'm looking at a diagram that I kind of made up, but I got a lot of it from Future of Mankind. On the very top, over everything, is the creation. Okay, sometimes they say the creation, sometimes they say the universe, but there's many different universes. So I'm going to say creation. Below that, there is 7 levels of purely spiritual beings. The highest being the Patali level, and the lowest being Arahat Atharsata. Okay, underneath those is the High Council. The High Council, basically, they make recommendations. They don't really make laws, but they make recommendations, and they're the ones that pretty much control the player and society. There really isn't a government. They just go by the High Council's advice. And then from the High Council, Billy received information about these 12 laws of creation, and Billy's put it into contact reports, etc., down to us. Now, as far as we're concerned, in our, I don't know about the other religions, but I know about the Bible, they say 10 commandments. This is just my opinion, but I believe those 10 commandments originated as the 12 laws or recommendations of creation. Okay, they just kind of got distorted over time because back in those days, people weren't too swift. They were pretty basic people. They were fishermen or whatever, and they probably didn't understand. So they did the best they could with what they had. But anyway, we're gonna try to sort that out right now. It's gonna be a quickie. Okay, there are 12, according to Semyazi and Quetzal. There are 12 creational natural laws or recommendations. Okay. The very first one, no powers or gods next to creation. You're going to find these sounding awful familiar to what we learned in Sunday school. But they're the first one, no powers or gods next to creation. Creation is the ultimate. Okay? Creation doesn't require you to pray to it. You don't have to, it's not going to do you favors. We're kind of like ants in in an anthill. But anyway, no powers or gods next to creation. You got to be responsible for yourself. Okay, number 2, keep the name creation good and clean. Don't abuse the term creation. Okay, creation, if you look outside, look inside, anywhere you are, everything is derived from creation. Okay, um, number 3, make every day a celebration and control it. In other words, you should be try to be as happy as you can. The closer you get to creation, the happier you're going to be. That's what I'm told. Okay. Number 4, do not break bond with creation. No adultery. Now you can take this one for whatever you think. I've always been taught adultery is sleeping with the neighbor's wife or whatever, or that kind of stuff. But they say do not break the bond with creation. Okay, and these are just my interpretations. Obviously, they go down through the whole levels from creation all the way down through Billy and me, and I'm going to change them a little bit. Unfortunately, I'm trying not to. Okay, number 4. Or okay, we did 4. Number 5, honor creation as you would your mother and father. Number 6, do not kill in depravity. And in parentheses, only self-defense and for food. That's the only reason you should kill, self-defense or food. And it's kind of odd that self-defense, if you're defending your family or whatever from, somebody breaks in the house at night, that's okay. Creation allows for that. Okay. Number 7, do not rob, steal, or expropriate. Now, Could you imagine if we actually followed these laws? Holy mackerel, it'd be a whole different world. Okay, number 8. Do not bear false witness against the truth, creation, and life. Okay, the truth, creation, and life. So basically, they're saying you can't lie about creation, you can't lie about life, and you can't lie about the truth, which is what Billy's passing on to us. Bear false witness. Number 9, never speak an untruth. In other words, no lies. Could you imagine our society, our world, if people were not allowed to lie? If people actually believed this and did what they were supposed to? For one thing, half the news channels would be shut down. Half the YouTube channels would be shut. 3/4, 90% of YouTube would be shut down. So number 9, never speak an untruth. No lies. Number 10, do not covet material wealth and your neighbor's stuff. Okay, I'm assuming that includes his wife as well, or her husband. Do not covet material wealth. That is actually a creational law or recommendation. So all these people that are struggling like crazy to become millionaires and billionaires and want to control everything, that's wrong. That's not what we're here for. Okay, number 11, do not curse the truth. So I guess the information that Billy Meyer is passing out, or that was passed out 2,000 years ago or 2,026 years ago by Emmanuel, you're not supposed to curse that. You're supposed to just listen. If you don't like it, don't listen, but you're not supposed to curse the truth. Number 12, don't put creation's laws and realities, no, don't put creation's laws and recommendations into unworthy cults. Okay, we're not supposed to create all these cults. Okay, well, Catholic or Protestant or Christian or Jewish or Muslim or whatever. Creation doesn't have anything to do with any of these religions. Creation is just the creation. It's the sentient being that created everything you see, everything you hear, everything you feel. All comes from creation. So, anyway, that is the 12 laws or recommendations of creation. And that's what the Pleiadian people follow. That's why they're so strict as far as who they can talk to and what they can say. All of these contact reports and everything else, they're all monitored, or they're all limited by the Great Council, the High Council. The High Council only lets them do certain things, and actually they've gone way above and beyond here on Earth than they have on most planets, because we're so far down in the dirt. We are so unevolved. Our evolution has been stagnated for thousands of years. But anyway, that's what I got. Like I said, I told you it was going to be a quickie. These are the 12 recommendations, which I believe got converted into the 10 Commandments eventually when the Bible was written or whatever. But again, this is just bringing information out. You can research it. You can believe what you want to believe. I'm not forcing anybody to believe anything. Just take it for what it's worth. Okay, I'll continue on with the contact reports here as quick as I can. Okay, have a great day. Bye.